Okay, we're going to continue on where I left off with the bowls, and I'm going to drill a hole pattern in it, and one of them has a little small slot for where the fitting fits in to backtrack to feed the main body of the carburetors. And I've got that set up. On my mill right now, I'm just setting that up. I got some black magic marker and I scribed out the first one. What I'm going to do is just pick it up with a pointer and then go ahead and drill a hole. So, right. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so what I did was I scribed that. And all I'm going to do is just put a little center drill in and move around, just kind of pick that scribe mark up with the center drill. Whoa! I did that yesterday too. Placed too close and ended up hitting the... Sorry about that. Alright, hopefully I'm far enough away now. Okay. So, looks like I'm good on y-axis. Just kind of pick up that scribe line right there. That looks good right there. It calls for a 256, 325 deep. So I will get the drill for a 256, which is 70. And actually I'm going to go, I'm going to go 70. Because that's fuel line fitting that's going to go in there, and I want to go 325 deep. So again, I'm going to put my I'm going to put a Joe block up on top of my stop, so I don't have to turn that stop all the way up and down. Yeah, right there. That stop right there, and I'm just gonna crank it up until it touches. Touches where that center mark is. Right there. Now I'll raise that up all the way and raise my knee up 325. Yep. So it's 100, 200, 325. So set the drill. Put my gauge block back up here on top of the stop. And now I will tap that before I move it and get myself a 256 tap. And get that set up in my little thumb wheel or thumb handle or whatever you want to call it. Tighten that up in there. Now leave it stick up above. Get some Molly D again. Put some Molly D on there. Put that up in the drill chuck and Just lightly clamp it so that I can still turn it. Come down until I touch, and then thread her in. Should be able to feel when it hits the bottom. Getting close. Yeah, I can feel it binding up right there. Okay, that's the bottom. Okay, that one's done. And then I'll have to, what happens is there's a hole that gets put in here adjacent to the hole in the carb, and that's up close to the edge, and then there's a undercut milled out area, track per se, from there back, so that it can feed the gas to the carburetor. Okay, well, I will do the next one, and then I will come back when I... Okay, now I'm on the back side, and here I've scribed out the center mark, and there I got to drill a 60 or an 86 diameter 250 to basically to intersect the hole that we just drilled. In the end, it's the fuel supply hole. So y-axis should be, no, we're not quite right. Okay. Basically just picking up the center again with that center drill. See, I'm off on X a little and Y. This isn't all that critical, it just has to intersect that other hole. Okay, so now I need an 86 diameter drill, or they're pretty close to it. And I should be able to feel when it intersects that hole. Well, just to be on the safe side, I think I will come down, touch, put my gauge block up here, and then crank it up to 250, 100, 250, and then that way I can just drill to my gauge block. Oh yeah, I would have felt it easily. I would have felt it easily. Okay, so that is that hole. So now that hole intersects this hole. But the carburetor feed is back toward this edge, so we'll end up milling a slot back to that. So it kind of, the fuel comes in, oh, good thing that didn't hit the floor. Okay. The fuel comes in, feeds up that hole, back on the slot, and then into the main body of the carburetor. Boy, I keep dropping things here. Ah. Okay, so I have one more here, right here, to do the same. I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back when I'm milling the slot. Okay, I didn't move my y-axis. I left it where it's at. And what I'm going to do is put in a 16th diameter 2-flute end mill. Take this chuck out of there, and we're going to adjust down, and we're going to mill a slot. I blackened it a little bit and scribed a little line there as far as I want the slot to go. And the slot is supposed to be 100 thou deep. So I'll probably do 50 and 50. And let's see. Call it here. Okay. And let's see here. Move that up and set this to 0. Set my knee to 0, and then I'll move this down until it touches. Come on. Okay, let's go over here. Come down till just. This isn't real critical, this depth. It's just a feed line for feeding the fuel. It's not jetted or any. I mean, it doesn't measure the fuel or anything. It just. Okay, so now we're gonna take and go down 50 thou from where it's sitting at. There's 50. And then we'll just hopefully slowly cruise on over to that line. And if I go a little past the line, that doesn't really matter. As long as I don't break out the edge. Yeah, that was 50. There's another 50. Okay, one down, and one to go. And when I start the next operation, I'll be back. Okay, the holes that I want to put in on this side, I want to make sure that they are absolutely in line with the holes that are in the body. So what I did was I clamped the body in here and dialed in that first hole that I'm going to put in, and then I'm going to just go ahead and bolt. I'm going to bolt it into place. Plus I'm going to have to mark 1 and 2 on them so that they go back to the correct one. But they should be real close. And I'm just going to bolt that into place, and then I will drill my hole carefully, hopefully without breaking the 440 screws. I will be back when I'm ready. Okay, I have it bolted on here now. And by dialing that hole in and bolting that on there, it's going to take any chance of mislocating that hole out of play. As long as I don't move anything right now, and just go ahead and drill and tap that hole. So, it's a 256 hole, counterbore. It has a counterbore on it, 125, 225 deep. So. And again, I should feel this when it breaks through. Right there, broke through, and now I got to get a 125 drill so I can counterbore that to 225 thou deep, 1/8 inch drill. So 1/8 inch drill. go 225 deep. So I will use the Joe block or the gauge block trick again. Put that above the stop and crank my thumb screw up to that and lock it in place. And I will move up and then crank it up 225. I think this is clearance for the head of the screw, that 256 screw that's going to go in there. So 100, 225. Okay, she should be set. That drill could be sharpened. I might have to sharpen it before I do the next one. Pretty dull. Okay. That will do there. And I am going to scribe on the bottom side number 1 so that I know that it goes to this one. And I will do the next one. Okay, I have all the holes in, all except for the odd 80s, that clearance holes that go into the base of it yet. I'm not sure when I'm going to do those. Probably after I get the riser plate that goes, adapter plate that done the hole patterns and that. Then I'll come back and do that. So now I will work on probably making the needles next for it. That'll be tomorrow. I've got a really bad cold and I've had to force myself to come out here today. And so hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow and we'll get a little more done tomorrow.